Hey, this is Stacia, and I'm going to share my round 2 game from the Kings Island Open. The long-awaited Kings Island Open. I waited for months to play this tournament, and I drove I didn't drive. I actually went with fellow adult improver Bryan Castro, which was a real pleasure for me to hang out with him and play a tournament with him. We also train together pretty much almost weekly, I'd say. And I'd say we've become good friends even. So this is a real joyful experience. And in this game, as a reward for taking a win against the 1900, I was now paired with the USCF expert. So Mike Sheaf is his name, and he got the white pieces. So I was very curious about how this game would go, and he opened with 1 e4. So I went 1 to e5, and he played f4. And I was like, wow, it's a King's Gambit. So I took the pawn, and he played knight to f3, and I went d5. So this is called the modern defense. And this is what International Master Calvin Blocker recommended that I play. I used to play, before this, I used to play knight to f6, the shell defense. Also pretty decent. And the idea is that after e5, you go here, and you protect the pawn with the knight on h5. But the modern results in a more open position. And so I've been trying to learn the open game the last 2 to 3 years. So here we go. He takes, and I played knight to f6. That attacks the pawn and helps develop my queen side. And I was really curious what he would play here, and he put on the board bishop to b5 check. Yeah, I'm sort of learning that in slow chess it's different than like training games or even rapid games at Parma. The opponents that I meet in this higher section and in classical chess, they're usually better openings and better moves are played. And this is one of them. I've basically never seen this move, I don't think, not in a training game, and certainly not over the board. But I do know it to be a line. And so I was kind of out of book here. I knew this is a move, but I had no clue what to do. So I started figuring it out from here. And I do want to preface with the coming game that I do think this is probably the best game of chess that I've ever played. I'm very excited to share this game. I actually didn't think that necessarily, but I knew I played better than usual. But National Master Michael Joelson did review this game with me, and he had high praise for the way I played this game, which is very rare. He doesn't give compliments easily when it comes to my chess. So that really kind of blew me away, what he said about this game. So I hope that you guys agree with the assessment. Let's see. So here I played c6. All right. I mean, I thought about bishop d7, and I don't have the engine on. But I think, here, I think white could maybe just, come back or something. I don't know where the bishop would go necessarily, but I think white would simply say, like, haha, your bishop's on a weird square. Good luck taking that now, and, whatever. They might even go, no, they can't go c4 right now, but I just thought that's not a good square for my bishop. It's not where it belongs. But c6, it follows a principle that I learned fairly recently, mostly from the Joe Young tournament I played, which is, I can take on a worse structure if I get the 2 bishops. I think that's sufficient compensation for a worse structure. So c6, I was thinking, takes, and I'll take with a knight. Now, if he wants to take the knight and give me an isolated c-pawn, I will accept that because I have both my bishops. He gave up the King's Gambit, like light square bishop, the attacking bishop, and then I will play to hold on to this one. And I thought this would be a very interesting way to play this game. So that is what I did. And he actually did take the knight. And then he castled. All right, so I'm about to get checked. I should probably do something about that. But I didn't. Okay, so I had to calculate it. I mean, in a blitz game, I would probably go bishop e7 without thinking. I don't want to, or maybe I'd go bishop here, actually. Then you have to worry about that. So, yeah, I'm not sure, but I know one thing. I played the King's Gambit for almost 2 years, and I hated it when black held onto this pawn successfully. So this entire game, that is what I tried to do. So I went bishop to d6. He went d4. And now I got to castle safely, which I was glad about. All right, so now as you can see, white would really, really like to play bishop takes f4 and develop that bishop with tempo. But I'm going to try to stop that, because I hated that when I was a King's Gambit player. So, all right, so he played c4. I actually thought this move was kind of weird. Trying to think why. Oh, I know why. I actually thought the most testing move here was knight to e5. After knight to e5, white is threatening to take their pawn back, right? And I'm not sure I can do much to stop that. And, okay, if we take like this, I could even trade queens. Yeah, I don't know. Can I hold on to this? I guess not if I do that. Oh, maybe. I don't know what's going on here. Computer says it's equal. I turned it on for a brief second. But I was definitely seeing this kind of stuff. And there's also knight h5, which I learned from the shallop defense. Now, my knight looks weird, but if I can get in g5, then I'll keep the pawn, and then maybe I can reroute the knight back into the game. So these were all ideas. So I thought knight e5 was the best way to go. Let's actually ask the computer. Wow, I'm actually shocked at the moves it's giving. Oh wait, d4, castles. Okay, the computer's giving that move, which I don't get. Oh, it likes c4. Okay, so c4 is good. It also likes knight a3, which... Huh. I guess the computer wants to get this bishop out of here, I guess. Okay, turning the engine off. After castles and c4, I played h6. Okay, now I am not a player that plays h6 lightly. I will play h6 if I think it's the best move, and I thought it was here. The reason is the knight e5 move I was talking about. I want to hold on to this pawn. So I was thinking, you know, if I go rook e8 or something, I actually thought knight e5 still might be good. And after takes, my knight's attacked. And then I would come here, and he still could play bishop takes. Bishop takes would still be a move, and maybe I picked this one up. But I didn't want to lose that pawn. So I thought h6 is the move, because now if he goes knight e5, I could actually answer that with g5. And that was my intention here. And I was actually calculating that if he wants to take that pawn, maybe the knight's a little offsides there, you know? Like I can go queen b6 and there's no d5 because it's pinned. The queen would be pinning that. So I thought this is interesting. So I played h6. All right, he went knight to c3. And now I was wondering what to play here. I do want to develop my last piece, that's for sure. And I was kind of seeing that, you know, I don't think my bishop has any future over here. Like none of this is good. You know, if I attack that c-pawn, he'll go b3. And then my bishop's stupid. If I go here, what am I doing? That looks stupid. So I decided to go this way. And part of the idea, I think, is just to stop that knight e5 move I was fearing. At least be annoying about it. And line the bishop up with the queen. Okay, so very good. Now he played bishop d2. And I think when I saw this move, I was starting to feel good about my position. I've played bishop d2 when I was a King's Gambit player. And I never did so with any joy whatsoever. It's like, fine. It's like you give up on the dream of taking that pawn. That's what that move is. So I was pretty happy about that. All right, so rook e8, rook e1, and now queen d7. I really like this move too. I mean, not only am I protecting my bishop, I'm also staying in line with white's weak pawn on d4. That pawn is a weakness currently. And I'm connecting my rooks so that in the event of rook takes e8, I will take with a rook and get the open file. All right, so yeah, I might even take the rook. And there's other stuff going on here. I'm trying to remember it now. There was stuff going on. Okay, well, I don't quite remember, but he took. No, why did he take there? Maybe he was afraid of me taking. Yeah, maybe he was. Like, if white did nothing, I don't, you know, that move is not really anything. But maybe then when I trade, this isn't so nice for him. Like, if here, I could wreck his pawns on the king side if I want to. I actually did see this. I remember this during the game, and I was like, is this so good for me? Because the pawn on f3, like, corrals my knight. I'm not sure I want to do that. Now my knight's kind of bad. Yeah, so I just did this. Okay. Now he traded rooks and went queen to f1. And I was like, what is that move? But I actually think it's a good move. It has a couple ideas involved with queen f1. One of the ideas is that he can now try to win this. You know, he can try to take on f4. So that's a renewed threat. And also the last piece is going to come in now. He got out of the way of that. So I think that was kind of a good move. He's also guarding the c4 pawn. Not sure that matters that much. There's always like b3. All right, and here I liked my move. I played bishop to c7. This is kind of cute. I'm threatening bishop takes knight, you know, queen takes check, and I would win a pawn. Now, I thought about this move, but I actually thought a3. And do I really want to take that? No, because when I take, the bishop will guard. So, and do I want to do this and get my bishop trapped? No. So, so this move's better. Also, I'm still defending my pawn. Oops. Yeah, the pawn's defending the white knight. No, this. Okay, and yeah, I'm threatening, like I said, bishop takes and queen takes d4 check. So he went queen f2, which I expected. And now here, I thought I found a kind of a nice way forward. Knight to e4. All right, so this move is pretty forcing, which I think if you're in a better position or you feel you're in a better position, making a forcing move that keeps your advantage, I think, is usually good. This does that, right? Because I'm attacking stuff. And he's got to do something about that. So I thought he would play knight takes, and I'll go rook takes. Now, the knight that was on f6 wasn't the best piece in the world. So I'm getting him out of there. And then when the rook comes in, you know, I will be threatening possibly that again. But also with the rook on e4, maybe I can double. So after takes, he did play this move. I think that's forced. and now queen e6. And I really did like this position because I'm doubling with tempo. I'm hitting the c4 pawn, but also I have the threat of rook e2. And it's starting to look kind of bad for white, you know? So I'm not turning on the engine, but I do think that this looks a little bit rough. Okay, he played c5 because he wanted to save his pawn, but that doesn't stop rook e2. So rook e2. Okay, now here I was starting to get excited because if he plays queen h4, I think that he loses the game, right? So like if queen h4, I was planning queen e3 check, you know, and if like something like king h1, I could take the knight, takes, check. I mean, that's got to be curtains, right? Like king here, mate. Like, if you don't know what I mean, I will show you. If queen h4, I just thought taking here, right? He needs to take back or he's down a piece. So, oh, sorry. I didn't even do the check yet. I was going to do the check first. Does it make a difference? It's going to do this first. Yeah, like if here, that's mate. And I mean, what else does he really do after this check? There's the other move is here. That's not any better, right? Like mate. So I like that. Or if you don't like that, I could go here and win the queen. That's also good. So I was pretty happy that he cannot play queen h4. And so I thought he would probably play yeah, this move, d5. I did see this before he played it, but I didn't see it before I went rook e2. But then when I saw it, I was like, oh, this might be very strong, you know? It might be very strong. So I have some different moves that I needed to calculate here. So first of all, we have to calculate, you know, rook takes queen. And we also have to calculate pawn takes pawn, because that's definitely an option. And if those don't work, then, you know, I don't know. We have to find something else. So I think if rook takes queen, that's not good, because here, and if I try to move back, this, I think, you know, probably white's at least okay, maybe better now. So we don't want to do that. So rook takes queen doesn't work. If we take with a pawn, I thought that he would play knight d4, and that's a fork. And that's really annoying. If I try to take the queen now, which is the only reasonable move, then he takes my queen. So, okay, but then if I go here, like that's check, and like desperado, and he takes here, then, wait a minute. Does that actually work? What did I miss here? Sorry, I'm getting confused. Okay, after that move, rook takes queen. Okay, we take a queen, he takes a queen. We take a pawn, he takes a rook. Oh, yeah, we're down the exchange. That's what I thought. We're down the exchange here. Like, even if this... Oh, yeah, we can't play that move because... So he actually... If we take here, we're down the exchange. Although, you know what? Looking at this now, this actually looks kind of good. I've got two bishops and I've got like a lot of pawns. A lot of pawns. I'm going to ask the engine really quick. Oh my gosh. It says white's winning. White's winning because of rook g1. Wait a minute. So I'm going to lose one pawn already. Like if here. Oh, it's worse than that. I didn't even see that the convergence of the rook and the bishop. And I can't really do this because then probably just h3. And if I move, you know, this looks pretty bad. That's a fork. It's going to win my other bishop. Okay. That was winning for white, apparently. I didn't see that far, though. But I knew I'd be down the exchange, so I ruled it out there. Okay, so here, d5. So I figured that I cannot do this, and I cannot do this. So I came up with this move, and this is a very tricky move. Now, I saw that in this position, he has queen d4. Queen to d4, you know, threatens checkmate. So it looks like I have to trade queens. So I knew this is probably the best defense. So I actually calculated a really cool move here. Rook takes g2 check. So, all right, I'm going to take you guys through my calculation because I am kind of proud of this one. I'm not going to lie about it. All right, I saw that from here. I saw queen e4, queen d4. Okay. And in that position, I saw rook takes g2 check. Now, if he takes my rook and I go queen takes f3 check, then I think king g1, and I don't have any checks there. I'm like out of checks, and I'm about to get mated on g7. So I had to look at a different way, right? So try to stay with me. Queen here. Oh, wait. How did this go? Oh, yeah. Queen e4, queen d4. Okay, trying to trade queens. We go rook takes g2 check. If he takes, now we cannot go queen takes f3. Oh, so sorry. But we can go bishop takes f3. And now finally that light square bishop that I loved and wanted to keep is going to come to destroy black. Now, or wait, I mean, now if he tries king g1, in that position, I have queen g6 check. You know, no matter where he goes, he's going to get mated. Like here, for example, queen check, king here, and queen e2 mate. So like I actually did calculate all this, so I was pretty excited. In fact, everything leads to mate as long as I play bishop takes check and not queen check. So I played this move expecting queen d4, and my opponent, you know, slammed this down. He was pretty excited that, you know, he's threatening mate. He's going to get a queen trade. And then I played here instantly. Maybe not instantly. I did double check it at least. I mean, it's a pretty big decision, right? And I just figured that he cannot take that rook. And I was right about that. So what I was telling you is that if here, I have no checks. Like everything's covered. So I can't do that one. So I have to go here. But now no matter where he goes, he gets mated. So it's pretty cool, actually. Like if here I was seeing like this. And like, I mean, I probably even have bishop d8. Yeah, this looks really bad, right? Like he's getting mated for sure. So here I can probably just go. This probably does the trick. Oh yeah, maybe this move. King e5 is still a move. Yeah, so that should do it. So I saw that wins. So he can't go there. If he goes here, I thought check. This is what I was talking about before. Like if here, oh, he can't go there. He has to go here, check, mate, and you know, if he goes here, that's no good. Here, mate. So he actually can't take that rook. So I was really excited that I figured that out ahead of time. So he didn't take the rook. He played king h1. I was getting very low on time here, unfortunately for me. And, well, here I actually made a blunder. And you're not going to believe it, but I'm very happy about the way I played this game. But I actually did lose the game. I actually flagged. But if you want to find the winning move for black, go ahead and pause your video now. Yeah, so in the game, I played this move, and I actually knew it wasn't right, but I had 3 seconds left, and I had to make a move. The knight is pinned, so he cannot take. So I saw this, and I thought, here, he'll probably get mated. Will he? Wait a minute. Did I figure this out right? Oh, yeah, because of this. And then, you know, if here, now I can probably play bishop check again. And it's going to be all those same patterns from before. Except if here I have this move. The problem is that, oops, let's go back. The problem is that if he takes the rook and I check, he does have this move now, king g1. And just like before, I don't have any checks. There's no good checks. Everything's covered. So I can't, I saw that, but I just didn't find anything else. And sadly, there is a winning move. And that move is bishop takes f3, which I ruled it out very quickly because I'm like, oh, if I do bishop takes f3, I get mated. But look what happens. The bishop steps out of the way and the rook defends g7. And that is the one thing that I missed this game. And it cost me the entire game. But I have to tell you that I'm still very happy with it. I think, you know, this game, I think is proof that I'm getting better at chess and that I'm seeing more and I'm improving. And I think, you know, the results are going to come if I just keep improving. I just feel way more encouraged than ever. So, yeah, I'll show you what actually happened. I guess I already did, right? Because I played check here, and then I played this move. And after here, here, and here, the only move I really have is f6, so I played that. But now I think he went, oh yeah, first he threw in d6, and he had time on his clock, so he spent a long time. I saw this move. I was like, yeah, I would play that. He did. I really don't have, yeah, I think it's just over now. If I go here, he can just go queen f2. And I'm pretty sure I went something like this, but soon I actually ran out of time on one of my moves, but it's too late. I'm already completely lost anyway, so. It was a very fun game. I know that I did lose it. I've been wanting to beat an expert so bad, but that's okay. I do feel like I outplayed this expert, and to me, that's more important than winning. Like, if I had been the one to just win on time, but actually be losing or actually be outplayed, I think I would feel worse about that than I do about losing, but playing some good moves and calculating a lot of things accurately. So I hope you guys enjoyed the game, and I'll be back with round 3. Okay, see you then.